You want to say all praises to Yahweh, Bashima Shai, Bashima Kar, Balatam. It's a war from James Jamaica. This lesson based about this is a reasoning based about the food crisis and the calamity that's taking place right now. As I said, we're living in perilous time right now concerning the food industry and everything, and the whole that pandemic that passed, and the whole global warming and all sort of things. Now, when you look on all these things, and now you're going to see a article or some information saying that Bill Gates own um, a very large amount of land, not any land, farmland across the United States. Now, now, if he owned the largest amount of farmland across the United States, right? And I think he came out some time ago and saying that concerning um making meat in lab um and so on. Now, he didn't own all his farmland to do farming, right? I'll say we're reasoning this thing out. He didn't own all his farmland to do farming, and you know, we're on that Bill Gates is tech, and recently now gone in medical, which is that pandemic that's passed the other day. Now, why is he that buying up all his farmland, then going doing meat in lab? Reason this. Isn't it would have been wise to just make some of the farmland that he buy out, whether I lease it or what I want to go and farming and just get some cows, cattle on this farm and just have a massive amount, you know, because there is a food shortage. We can't deny that. There is. And remember, these people are the engine, or should I say the grease that run the system. Now, if them is a grease that actually run the system, why is it that they are short footage, a shortage of food concerning meat or whatever? Why is it there's a food crisis when they're the one that buying up all the farmlands that they could have just employ people just work in the same farmland to produce more food? Why them never just instead of going fully or going in the lab to create food, why do the organic waste since they have a large amount of land, and throughout the whole pandemic that took place in back from 2019 coming in 2022, we see where they do a lot of giving away money and giving away this and $1,000,000 and thousands of dollars or whatever amount of dollars just to take some juice, just to give them juice, because they're saying that they actually care about the people well-being and the people survival. Now, seeing that there's you have people that need jobs, you have people that need food, and food is the most essential thing that on earth. Why not plant then, since there's a shortage? Every day they come and it's a food shortage. Yes, we know that since you care so much, why not plant? Why not make use of all these farmlands? I mean, they're there, they're yours, and they are for all the big investors. Why not farm it up, right? And they're coming with this argument that about global warming. I mean, look what going on in Ukraine now, or wherever, or wherever part of the world that they're creating things that artificial, well, against nature, right? And isn't that those some of the things that actually contributing as current to what you're saying to global warming? You know, isn't those things a part of the solution? Uh, why not? Why not then farm? Because from foundation, that's what's happening. That's what keep the land afloat. That will keep the land in active. Why then take back farming? Why then not plant? Why then trying to push the world to a biometric, not only a biometric but also a them set up turn the whole entire world now a lab. Isn't that gonna cause more problem than solution? I mean, we all need food. We know that, right? Now, if there is a way that you're trying to give to the people because you love the people, wouldn't that be better? Because I mean, you own the land already. It's not like you don't have the money. It's like you have the money because you guys been giving away right through 19 to 2002. You know, for taking a juice. You know, why not just invest in the farming then since you care so much, right? And see now you have on the ship across America, beer food is running low. I mean, come on, is you guys care enough to fund a war, but don't care enough to fund the vulnerable or the vulnerable? Come on. But at the same time, you guys say you love us, or you care about the world, you care about the people, but the baby you don't care about because I mean you are the one that produce food, you are the one that produce these things. See now everything you look right around you, I mean everything is going into a time where it vanishing. Now reasoning that to say this, now I know it's prophecy and I know the Most High word have to come to pass, but judging after you guys um argument, um I think you buying up all this land and all this property was supposed to help, but seeing that there is another agenda behind all this, so you can clearly see this is nothing about helping the people, right? So like I said, this is a reasoning, a quick reasoning of based about you guys slowly engineering this food shortage, because this food shortage is not real. But guess what? Most of the prophecy have to come true, whether or not, right? Whether or not, and men hands is the Most High hands, and that's how things get done. You know, it's a time for everything, right? There's a time to live, a time for love, a time for everything now. And the time that we're actually in now, is boiling down to the Most High end of this age, which is the fall of his kingdom. And this fall of his kingdom, um, a lot of things going to take place. Like I said, that's the time for everything. And now we're going to the time of food shortage, which biblically known famine, right? And we're in it, and some people that say we're in it, but we're not in it because we still can go to the local supermarket or local corner shop and still find food. But it's a time and place for everything, and we are in the time right now of 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 walking right into the food shortage, which is is the famine, which should come as called in the scripture. Let me just jump to Ecclesiastic King James Version, Bible 3 and chapter 1. To everything there is a season, a time to every purpose under heaven, a time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, and a time to be plucked up that which is planted. And that thing can be plucked up two way, and we see it plucked up two way in this time. We've seen it plucked up by heat and then direct. I think in 2020, I think I watched some news and they were like destroying a lot of the crops that was paying farmers to destroy a lot of the crops that was planted. They just root them up and destroy them for nothing. And sometimes you find mass wallop tomatoes or whatever them say not sell way. But yet still you have food shortage, but not now sell, and all these things is disposing or wasting in the field. So you find also this thing is pretty much engineered. This thing is pretty much engineered in all angles. You know, we know Ukraine and Russia have the largest wheat distributor across the world, but at the same time, they are the ones that pushing the whole entire Western world war that make it last this long. Like I said, I'm just using their words and their meaning of looking out for people or looking out for society in the way that they put it. I'm just using that because, as I said before, no prophecy must come true, and that is the aim of the game. And hell, I want to get out of this place, right? And this thing has to pass, and prophecy have to come to pass. So, looking at it and through their eyes, in this reasoning it, like I said, it's foolishness. It made no sense. It can't make no sense that they're coming and say they love you and they look out for you and prepare you. At the same time, they're taking away your food, they're taking away your so-called rights that they said they give to you. They're taking away the very thing that you should have to survive. They're taking away all of it. Then they blame it on global warming, then they blame it on the animal, then they blame it on the poor. Right? They blame it on the vulnerable because the vulnerable have no power. Understand? And the powers that be in this system is all for themselves, right? They control the media, they control the food, they control the medical system, they control the money, they control the guns. We don't control nothing but our mouth. Matter of fact, we even control our mouth because if we say anything that's opposing what they're doing concerning, we can be locked up, shot, or get wiped out. So therefore, we are the vulnerables. See? So as I said, the most of the prophecy have to come true and this thing has to go down. So I think what they're actually saying is actually nothing. Right? They are just some bunch of shitty people. This is Babylon all over in full HD. This is Babylon. Confusion. Confusion for the fullest height. Confusion all through. So with that I want to say our praises to Yahweh, Bashim Yoshai, Bashim Yakar, Brother Thumb. This was a word from James Jamaica. That was just a reasoning based upon of this food crisis and this rulers of this planet are this hurt just to pretending to be the help of the people. But with all that said, Shalom.